All right, so you should have all gotten your 8.5 notes. We're going to be shifting gears into what we call inequalities. Inequalities are going to be taking the place of the equal sign. Okay, so if you see these symbols right here, those are inequality signs. And you've been using these inequality signs since about second grade, especially these first two right here. Okay, you should know by now a less than sign and a greater than sign. Okay, however, sometimes we have those brain freeze moments, or we go blank and we forget, oh my gosh, which one is which. You all ever do that? Yes. I do that sometimes. So I learned this trick and I use it quite often, especially if I forget easily. Okay? I take my left hand. Everybody know which one's their left hand? I take my left hand. My left hand conveniently makes an L. Make an L with your left hand. Everybody make an L. Okay? If you take your L and you kind of turn it sideways, and if you were to trace it like that, it makes a less than sign. Your left makes a less than sign. So if you ever need to test which one is which, you always have a less than sign with you, with your left hand. So that's just a quick way to check to see the difference. Because if it's going the opposite direction of the less than, then it's going to be a greater than. Okay? So this table right here is going to be part of your being your new best friend for a little bit. Okay? This symbol is the less than symbol. This symbol is the greater than symbol. This symbol is special because you see how it has a bar up underneath it? It's called the less than or equal to symbol. And then the last one is the greater than or equal to symbol. Okay? And then it's got some key words up underneath them. These key words on this table will also be on your test next Tuesday. Okay? So you need to learn those as well. All right, so what we're going to do with inequalities is we're going to do three different things. The same things that we did with equations, basically. We're going to write inequalities. We're going to test inequalities. We're going to graph inequalities. Okay? Every class so far has said, hey, this is pretty easy. And so we'll see what you guys think. Okay? So the first thing we have is writing inequalities. It's the same way that we wrote equations last week. What was the key word we were looking for the equation to know where the equal sign goes? Is. Okay? Or is the same as. Right? We were looking for is. And then we separated the equation into pieces. We're going to do the same thing here for us to be able to write it. Example A says a number P is more than 3. I still have that is, but I have is more than. If I look at my table up here, which sign goes with is more than? Greater than. So I put my greater than symbol above it. Okay? Well, then I just bring 3 up. Well, what's greater than 3? 4. In the problem. No, I'm not asking an actual number. Look in the problem. P. Right? It says a number P. So it would be P is greater than 3. Is what you're saying. So P could be anything over 3. So it could be 4, 5, 6, what y'all were naming. Right there. Example B says a number W minus 4 is less than or equal to 12. That is less than or equal to part is my inequality words. What sign goes with that? The less than or equal to sign. The less than or equal to. and then I have 12. So I have less than or equal to 12. Well, what is less than or equal to 12? W minus 4. And that's all you do. Okay? If I'm writing this, you should be writing it, not just staring off into space. Okay? We're going to do some more practice with these in just a minute. The next thing we can do is we can test to see if the inequality is true or not. We've been doing this with equations and those ordered pairs, things like that. We can do it with inequalities as well. So they give us the inequality x plus 3 is less than or equal to 7. And then they give us different values for x. So they plugged in 3 for x. And so they did 3 plus 3. Well, what's 3 plus 3? 6. And it's saying 6 is less than or equal to 7. Is that true? Is 6 less than or equal to 7? Yes, so it is a solution. Then they tested 4. They did 4 plus 3, which gave them 7. Is 7 less than or equal to 7?
Yes.
It may not be less than, but it is equal to. So does this sign work? Yes. Okay? It chopped it off on my board, but y'all have where they tested 5. They did 5 plus 3 is less than or equal to 7. Well, 5 plus 3 is 8, and is 8 less than or equal to 7? No. So it's not equal to, or not a solution. Okay? You get on that so far? All right, let's practice it a couple of times. All right, I have x minus 3 is less than 10. And they want to replace x with 7. So I'm going to replace the x with a 7. And I have 7 minus 3 is less than 10. What's 7 minus 3? 4. Is 4 less than 10? Yes, so it is a solution. Example B. I have 5a is greater than or equal to 45. And they have a equaling 6. So I'm going to replace a with 6. So I have 5 times 6 is greater than or equal to 45. Well, 5 times 6 is 30. Is 30 greater than or equal to 45? No. So is this a solution? No. All right. So y'all should be pretty good at testing to see if things are true or false by this point, because you've done it several different times. Okay. The last thing we're going to do is graphing inequalities. And graphing inequalities, we have what's called an open circle and a closed circle. So we're going to make this T-chart in your space, and you're going to want this. Don't make it humongous, but big enough so you can see it. So I have an open circle, and I have a closed circle. Open circle means not included, which means the closed circle means included. So if it's an open circle, that means that's not the answer. But if it's a closed circle, that means it can be part of the answer. It's included in the answer. When we have the less than or equal to symbol, it's an open circle when we graph it. Because can a number be less than itself? No. So if I have, right here they gave us f is less than 4. Can 4 be less than 4? No. But is 3.999999 less than 4? Yes. It's really close to 4, but it's not 4. Okay? So we put an open circle over 4, okay? Meaning 4 is not the answer, but things that are really, really close to 4 are, okay? Because there would be no exact way we could, pinpoint the very last number before 4. Does that make sense? Just go with me. If it's less than or greater than, it's an open circle. If it's less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, it's a closed circle. Because can 4 be less than or equal to 4? Yes, because it can be equal to 4. 4 can be equal to itself, so it could be included in the answer. Okay? And we graph these based off of the direction they're going. Okay? Notice here when we have f is less than 4, how they have shaded all the numbers to the left. Are all those numbers less than 4? Is 3 less than 4? Yeah. 0 less than 4? Yeah. What it's saying is every single number to the left of 4 is an answer. Okay? Even into the negatives. Okay? So we're gonna make a little cheat sheet here that you're gonna want. Okay? If it is less than, it's gonna have an open circle and it's gonna point to the left. Less is left. You can get that in your head that less is left. You'll be good to go. So that means greater than is going to have an open circle and point to the right. If it's less than or equal to, it's going to have a closed circle. In what direction do you think it's going to point? To the left. Mm-hmm. Because it's got that less part. It's closed, pointing to the left. So that means the greater than or equal to symbol is going to be closed, pointing to the right. And you're going to be probably flipping back and forth to that for a while. One thing I'll show you, I wouldn't copy over this just yet. Do you notice how if I were to add a line right here, how if I took this right here and I moved it down, it would make this exact arrow right here? Do you see that? And if I were to draw a line right here, how it makes the exact same arrow right here? So the sign is pointing to the direction that it needs to go. Do you see that? See how this is pointing to the left? And so it makes that arrow right there. Y'all see that? Yes, sir. Notice that? Okay. Same thing here. I could drag that. And it makes the same arrow right there. Okay. So that's another trick to see if you're doing it correctly. Okay. We're going to practice graphing these. All right. So if you flip over the page, and we're going to start at the bottom with the graphing ones. Now it says graph the inequality on a number line. I'm not going to make you write a big long number line because I'm going to assume you know the order your numbers go in, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all can count and put numbers in order. Yeah. Okay. All I'm going to make you do is draw a number line and just put that one number there, put the number that comes after it, and the number that comes before it. So just 3 numbers. Okay? I'm not going to make you create a whole big, huge number line. looking at this sign, and if you have to flip over to look at your other page, is it going to be open or closed? Look at your paper. Open. What sign is that? Less than. So which direction is it going to point? To the left. Okay, and if you don't know, go back to that cheat sheet you just created. Okay, that's why we write notes, is for you to go back to it and look at it. And that's all you do is you graph it. It's nothing huge or elaborate. So number 11, we're looking at 0. What comes after 0? 1. What comes before 0? -1. Ooh, we're getting into negative numbers. Yay! A whole new world for us to discover. Yeah. Alright, open or closed? Closed. Because you see how that has that equal to bar? It means 0 could be an answer. Okay? What direction is it going to point to? The right. If you didn't know, you could just draw your line and go, oh yeah, that's the way my arrow is going. Alright, number 12. 5, 4, and 6. Open or closed? Closed. Sounds like that nursery rhyme. Open and shut. Okay. Pointing to the left or to the right?
Left.
To the left. To the left. To the left. So what could be an answer here? What could K be for number 12? 5 or 4 or 5 or lower. Anything smaller than 5. Okay? And number 11, what could be an answer? 0 or above. What about 10? What could be an answer? Can 1 be an answer?
No.
Because it has an open circle. So is 1 included?
2 and above.
No, not 2 and above.
2 and below.
Anything.
1 and below.
Mm-mm.
0.
What about a half? Isn't half?
Half.
All right, so anything less than 1. Anything smaller than 1. Okay? Because you can get really close. It could be 0.999999999. It's still less than 1. Okay? All right. Let's look at 4 through 9. It says, tell whether the given value is a solution of the inequality. So we're just going to substitute. We're going to plug in the values and decide if it's true or false. Okay? So what's inside? All right, I'm going to replace x with 20. So 20 divided by 4 is less than or equal to 3. What's 20 divided by 4? 5. Is 5 less than or equal to 3? No. Not true. All right, number 5. I have 13n is greater than 26. I'm going to replace the n with a 5, and I'm going, what operations happen in between the two? Multiplication. So 13 times 5, 65. Is 65 greater than 26? Yes. You getting it? Okay. We have z plus 9 is greater than or equal to 36, and we're replacing z with 32. So we do 32 plus 9 greater than or equal to 36. 32 plus 9 is 41. Is 41 greater than or equal to 36? Yes. Yes, y'all try the last three on your own. All right, number 7. If we plug in 12 for y, is it true? No, because you get 2, right? Is 2 less than 2?
No.
No, that's not going to work. All right, number 8. We plug in 6. We get 6 plus 6 is 12. Is 12 greater than or equal to 0? Yes, good. All right, and number 9, we get 5 times d, which is 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. Is 10 less than 100? Yes. How do we do on those? Good. All right, well, let's look up top. Okay, your directions say to write the word sentence as an inequality. All right, let's start by looking for our inequality words. So number 1, I have a number, b times 1.5 is no more than 24. What's our inequality word here? Not just is, that's part of it. Is no more than. I would flip back to my chart, to my keywords to see what sign goes with is no more than. Which one is it? Less than or equal to. I'm going to go ahead and drop down my 24. And now I have the problem part, the expression, which is just b times 1.5 is less than or equal to 24. All right, number 2 says the sum of a number t and 8 is at least 17. What's your inequality keyword here?
Is at least.
Is at least. So I'm going to flip back over to my chart, and I'm going to find the word, the chart on the front page, greater than or equal to 17. And then my keyword here is sum. What does sum mean to do? Add. What are we adding?
T
plus 8 is greater than or equal to 17. And then number 3 says 11 less than a number m is greater than 0. This one might try to trick you a little bit. Where's your inequality words here?
is greater than.
Is greater than. Notice how they put that less than here? Thinking that you might put the less than sign, but does it have is less than? No, you gotta look for that is part. So is greater than, we're going to have what sign? Then the greater than sign. So greater than 0. Well, what's greater than 0?
11
Okay, but we got to be careful. Less than is a swap word. Okay, so it's m minus 11 is greater than 0. They're trying to still catch you with them swap words. Those are going to be on your test Tuesday as well. You need to know your swap words.
Here, we on the back page.
So glad you asked. You turn over the back. All right, you're going to do this. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to do the back. It's going to go way faster than you think, and then we're going to check it. Okay?